Hi, I'm Alyssa. Welcome to The Honest Life, where we are striving to live lives of integrity and intentionality and seeing how those characteristics shape our everyday life. I am currently expecting baby number 2, so about 50% of the videos on my channel right now are about pregnancy and baby. So if you are interested in keeping up with that journey or some of the characteristics that I mentioned before resonate with you, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss any future videos. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my cravings that were in both my pregnancy with my daughter and now my pregnancy with my son. I am almost in the 3rd trimester. I am 26 weeks, 5 days pregnant right now. And much of my pregnancy has been very similar to what it was like with my pregnancy with my daughter, but the major difference is my cravings. My tastes are completely different. So I'm gonna let you know what my cravings and aversions were in my daughter's pregnancy versus now in my pregnancy with my son. And there's only one similarity that I will save for the end of the video, so keep watching. So my daughter is now 2.5 years old, but whenever I was pregnant with her, I craved anything acidic. It was pineapple, oranges, a lot of tomato soup. A lot of tomato soup. I spent way too much money at Panera Bread buying their tomato soup, and I liked I liked tomato soup before on occasion, but I've never been a huge fan. But suddenly I was obsessed with it and I ate it all the time. So much so that I realized it was going to be a financial issue. So I learned how to make tomato soup from scratch at home. I mean, like roasting the tomatoes and the onions and the garlic, blending them. I got an immersion blender just for the sake of making tomato soup. It was an obsession, to say the least. Now, my aversions in my first pregnancy with my daughter was meat. I could not stand meat. I cut out all meat altogether until about the 3rd trimester, and I was never able to do chicken. I couldn't take it. I was very vegetarian. And also coffee. I could not handle coffee, and whenever I am not pregnant, I could easily drink a pot a day. I tried to limit myself on my coffee intake, but when I'm not pregnant, I love coffee. So instead of drinking coffee, I drank a lot of breakfast tea, and I was able to have 2 cups of English breakfast tea or Irish breakfast tea a day, and I really enjoyed that. Now, in this pregnancy with my son, the only really acidic thing that I have craved is orange juice. But the biggest thing is salt. I just cannot get enough salt. Salt. Also salsa, anything Mexican, anything with salsa on it, basically, I want it. And then a very strange one is pickles, and maybe that's because of the salt in it. That's salt and vinegar, I don't know. I really like pickles this pregnancy, and I have never liked pickles before in my life. In fact, when I was pregnant with my daughter, I tried pickles just because of the stereotypical pregnant ladies and pickles, you know. And I was like, no, that's gross. I still don't like them. And then now I'm eating pickles. Can't get enough of them. So that's a strange one. But my aversions this pregnancy, coffee, I didn't want coffee the first trimester, but now I'm able to do like half a cup of coffee with almond milk. And so I am drinking about a half cup of coffee a day, and I just do half of it with almond milk. I just am not really taking to tea this pregnancy. The English or Irish breakfast tea does not sound good to me. So I've done a half cup of coffee with almond milk, and that's worked fine. I have a toddler, I need caffeine. The biggest aversion this pregnancy though is sweets. And I have the biggest sweet tooth whenever I'm not pregnant. I have been able to tone it down a bit by eating a clean diet, but I do enjoy sweets usually. And this pregnancy, sweets have made me feel sick. Even if I think that I can tolerate sweets, or it's like a social thing, if someone hands me a piece of cake and I say, oh, that doesn't sound so bad, right? I take a bite of it, ugh, I feel nauseous like the rest of the day. So no sweets this pregnancy, like no chocolate, which is crazy. I just want salt. Okay, so there are some of the differences in my cravings in my girl pregnancy versus my boy pregnancy. There's one similarity, and that is that my cravings and aversions really lighten up and are not as strong the closer I get to the third trimester. They're still there a little bit, and I'm not crazy about sweets still. I can't handle too much sweet stuff, but I am almost in the third trimester and I'm starting to tolerate a little bit of sweets here and there more. Like I find myself in the mood for it more. I mean, I can't eat a whole lot of it, but definitely more so than a few weeks ago and the rest of my pregnancy up until this point. And I'm not craving pickles as much as I was, or craving the salt as much as I was. I'm still enjoying those things, and I'll find myself, once in a while, just going to the kitchen and eating that. It's almost like it just takes over your mind, and then you find yourself eating pickles, or like I'll even dab my finger in salt if I need it. But they do just kind of dwindle and get just really not as strong in the third trimester. And I'm sure it'll stick around a little bit until the baby is born, and then we'll be back to normal. So I do look forward to that. Anyways, I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know in the comments your pregnancies. Do you have difference in your cravings and aversions in your different pregnancies? Has it had anything to do with it being a girl versus a boy? Or are you watching this because you want to know if you're having a girl or a boy? Let me know what you're craving. Thank you for watching today's video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye. Eat a lot of beans. My poor husband.